Dear child, this moment is not random, and you did not arrive here by accident. Something within you was guided here because heaven wanted to meet you gently, right where you are. Before anything else, let this be clear and settled in your heart. This is a spiritual reflection, not a prediction. Take what resonates with your spirit and leave what does not. There is no pressure here, only invitation, comfort, and truth. You are not hearing these words by chance. Heaven has been drawing you to this moment because something sacred is being uncovered, something that was hidden in silence, something that was written through pain. Angels say the love letter written in tears is being revealed, and that means your suffering was never meaningless. Every tear you cried carried weight. Every quiet breakdown mattered. Every moment you felt unseen was still fully seen by God. You may not have spoken much about what you were going through. You learned how to carry things quietly. You learned how to keep moving even when your heart felt heavy. You learned how to be strong because you felt like you had no other choice. But heaven saw the parts of you that nobody else saw. God saw the nights you cried alone. God heard the prayers you whispered when words felt too hard to form. God noticed the way you kept showing up even when you felt empty inside. Some of your pain didn't even have a clear reason. It was just there, sitting in your chest, weighing down your thoughts, making ordinary days feel exhausting. You questioned yourself. You questioned your faith. You questioned whether God was still close or whether you had somehow been forgotten. And heaven answers that question gently and clearly now. God never stopped listening. God never stepped away. God never lost sight of you, not even for a moment. Every tear you cried became a sentence. Every ache became a line. Every heartbreak became part of a story that God has been writing with care and intention. Your tears were not wasted emotion. They were communication. They were honest expressions of a heart that still believed enough to feel deeply. Heaven did not ignore them. Heaven recorded them, not to remind you of pain, but because God intends to heal what caused them. There were moments you felt crushed, moments where disappointment, betrayal, or loss left you feeling hollow. You may have tried to explain it to others and failed, or you may have stopped trying altogether. But even then, God was close. When you felt weakest, heaven was nearest. When you felt most unsure, God was steady. When you thought silence meant abandonment, it was actually protection and preparation. A shift is happening now, not someday far away, not after everything is perfect, but right here in the middle of your process. Heaven is touching the very wound you tried to hide, the ache you learned to live with, the sadness you couldn't name. God is not asking you to pretend it didn't hurt. God is meeting you exactly where it did. You cried for peace. You cried for healing. You cried for love. You cried for relief from the weight you were carrying. And heaven is saying the response is already unfolding. It may not arrive loudly. It may not come all at once. It may come gently, in layers, in moments you almost miss if you're not paying attention. A dream that lingers. A song that feels personal. A conversation that shifts your perspective. A sudden release in your spirit. A quiet strength you didn't have before. And when it happens, you will understand that nothing you endured was pointless. You did not cry because you were weak. You cried because you cared. You cried because your heart was soft enough to feel. And softness is not something God rejects. Soft hearts are doorways. Soft hearts still hope after disappointment. Soft hearts still choose love after betrayal. Soft hearts still pray even when faith feels tired. That softness is not a flaw. It is part of what God uses to bring light into the world. Some of what you went through felt unfair. Some of it felt unnecessary. Some of it made you question why you had to be the one to carry so much. But heaven says that pain was not the end of your story. It was the ink. It was the material God used to write something sacred. Pain does not get the final word. God does. You may have been waiting for a sign, asking quietly for reassurance that you are not imagining this inner stirring, that you are not foolish for still believing. Let this be your reassurance. You are not crazy. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are deeply loved, intentionally held, and carefully guided. This love letter written in tears is not only about comfort, it is also about calling. God is not only healing you, God is preparing you. What is coming next will require a version of you that is calmer, wiser, more grounded, and more at peace. You are not being brought through this just to survive. You are being shaped to shine in a way you could not before. You didn't just cry to get through the night. You cried like someone planting seeds in the dark. And now those seeds are beginning to rise. Doors will open that once felt sealed. Hearts will soften that once felt distant. Burdens will lift that you thought were permanent. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because God is stepping into places you thought were beyond repair. There is a season changing within you, a quiet shift from survival to healing, from confusion to clarity, from heaviness to peace. You are beginning to trade sorrow for strength, mourning for meaning, and pain for wisdom. Joy is not gone forever. It is returning slowly, honestly, and deeply. And hear this truth clearly and gently. You are not alone, not in your pain, not in your waiting, not in your healing, not in what comes next. Your name is not forgotten. Your story is not ignored. Your heart is not too broken for blessing. God sees you, knows you, and remains close. If you are tired, rest is available. If you are burdened, you do not have to carry it all by yourself anymore. You are allowed to lay things down. You are allowed to breathe again. You are allowed to stop fighting alone. The letter written in tears has become a door, and you are stepping into a new chapter. A chapter where you stop rereading old pain. A chapter where you stop blaming yourself for what you didn't know back then. A chapter where healing becomes more familiar than hurt. A chapter where peace becomes your anchor. What felt lost is not gone. What felt wasted is being restored. What felt delayed is still possible. Your story is still unfolding. And the most beautiful part is ahead because it was shaped through the hardest part. Let this settle into your heart. Let faith speak louder than fear. Let hope breathe again. Peace is coming. Healing is coming. Joy is returning. The answer is unfolding, line by line, moment by moment. And your morning is closer than you think. They're waiting on your word, and as you type it, say it out loud too, because your voice carries weight in this moment. Say it slowly and mean it. I receive the new. I release the old. I believe this message is for me. Let those words mark a line between what has been and what is beginning now. Let this be the moment you stop dragging yesterday into today. Let this be the start of something clean, something honest, something real. This is not just another message you happen to hear. This is a moment where heaven feels close, where God meets you right where you are, not where you think you should be. Heaven is speaking in real time. And sometimes one word is enough to unlock the next step. Not 1,000 signs, not endless explanations. Just one truth that settles your spirit and reminds you that you are seen, known, and remembered. If this message wrapped around your heart like comfort, don't rush past it. Don't distract yourself. Don't talk yourself out of what you're feeling. Some moments are sacred, and this is one of them. Let it stay. Let it soak into the parts of you that still ache, the places you don't talk about, the disappointments you buried, The prayers you whispered and thought went unheard. God is gentle, and when He heals, He often starts in silence. Say this with me, even if it's quiet, even if it's through tears. I am walking in a message written by love. Say it again until it feels true. Say it until it settles in your chest, because God is still writing, and now you are part of what He is writing. Your life is not random. Your story is not an accident. Your waiting has not been pointless. Every tear you cried carried meaning. Every night you held yourself together when no one knew you were breaking mattered. Your tears were not wasted. They became ink. They wrote something deeper than you realized. What felt like loss was shaping wisdom. What felt like pain was building strength. What felt like silence was preparation. Your scars are no longer just reminders of what hurt you. They are proof that you survived, proof that you endured, proof that you didn't quit. One day, the very places you bled will become the places where others find hope. Your life is becoming a testimony, not because it was easy, but because you stayed. This is your time. This is your turn. This is your testimony. You are moving from tear-stained pages to promise-filled days, from hidden pain to open healing, from confusion to clarity, from feeling forgotten to knowing you are fully seen and deeply loved. Now go live this truth. Be the message not by being perfect, but by being real, by walking with the peace you've been given, by trusting what is settled in your spirit. The angels have already announced it. The love that was written through your tears is being revealed, and it carries your name. Type your name. Type your yes. Let heaven hear your agreement. Stay close to this space. Come back often. Heaven is not done speaking, and when God speaks again, you'll want to be here to receive it. This ground is holy. This moment matters. Don't rush away from it. Sometimes God doesn't send a person. Sometimes He sends a word, and that word reaches places people never could. It heals wounds conversations didn't fix. It restores what time alone couldn't repair. If you feel like something shifted inside you while reading this, it's because something did. Take a deep breath right now. Slow down. Feel that calm spreading through you. That gentle settling. That's peace. A peace that doesn't need proof. A peace that guards your heart and mind. A peace that shows up when heaven touches earth. That peace is not random. It's a sign. It's protection. It's God saying, I am here and I have you. You don't need more signs. You don't need another confirmation. Your spirit already knows. Something in you recognized the truth before your mind caught up. So, let it settle. Let it stay. Let it mark you. This will not be a message you forget tomorrow. This will be the moment you look back on and say, that's when everything began to change. Because everything is changing. Not all at once, not always loudly, but deeply, truly, and for real. If you feel it, say it. Everything is shifting. Write it. Speak it. Let it be done. And don't be afraid of the quiet you feel now. Stillness is not emptiness. Sometimes after God speaks, everything grows quiet because something holy is happening. This is the weight of glory. This is the presence of God resting gently over you. This is where deep healing happens, not in noise, but in stillness. Don't rush the stillness. Don't escape it. Let it heal you. Waiting is not wasted when God is in it. Waiting is where roots grow. Waiting is where strength is formed. Waiting is where God prepares what you prayed for. You stayed. You listened. You received. Even when you were tired. Even when you didn't understand. Even when it felt like nothing was moving. You stayed. And because you stayed, the promise is now yours. This word was not just spoken over you. It was planted in you, deposited in you, and you are not the same after receiving it. Say it now with honesty. I am not the same, because you aren't. Truth changes people. Truth frees people. And freedom is what God is giving you now. Freedom from fear. Freedom from doubt. Freedom from wondering if God hears you. He does. He always has. And this word is proof. Let these truths settle deep inside you. You are loved. You are seen. You are chosen. You are carried. You are kept. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where grace knew you would be, at exactly the right time. Don't leave this moment empty-handed. Take peace with you. Take strength with you. Take hope with you. Carry this word like a flame in your heart and let it guide how you walk, how you speak, how you believe. Remember this too. You are not walking alone. You are not healing alone. You are not moving forward alone. Heaven is with you. Favor is ahead of you. Mercy is beside you. Goodness is following you, even on days that begin with tears, even on days that feel quiet, even on days that look empty. God fills what feels empty. He fills the broken gaps. He fills the silent spaces, and He is doing it now, not later. Now, say it out loud. God is doing it now. Let that be your agreement. Now watch what happens. Watch how peace follows you into places that once held pain. Watch how clarity replaces confusion. Watch how doors begin to open without you forcing them. Watch how your heart begins to breathe again. And when it happens, remember this moment. Come back and testify. Remind others that God still speaks, that tears are powerful, that love always wins, that healing is real. Your tears were never the end of your story. They were the ink. And now you are the letter. Say it and mean it. I am the letter.